road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. Good afternoon and welcome to ridingwithagents.com. Welcome wherever you're coming from or queuing in from. Today we are going to show you a beautiful neighborhood here in Austin called Travis Heights. I thought it would be very appropriate to start coming down South Congress, famously known as SoCo. And if you can just look ahead of you guys, the view of downtown is just beautiful. South Congress borders the west side of Travis Heights. And the beauty of South Congress is the walkability to Travis Heights. I mean, it is really just immediately to my right, and you are within probably 5 to 10, 15 minutes tops from any home in Travis Heights to walk here. Also, there are a ton of really, really awesome shops, music venues, food places, workout facilities. Matter of fact, we've got a special guest joining us today, a young lady that is mine and my wife's personal trainer. Her name is Kat. And interesting enough, she moved here from New York to join this group that moved here and positioned themselves in Travis Heights. And it's a workout facility called Equinox. I had always heard of them. They weren't here in Austin. They are now. It's a beautiful club, and it's really amazing, and particularly for the residents of Travis Heights, because it is right here in the heart of Travis Heights. The young lady's name is Kat, and she'll be joining us on this ride. And I'll be introducing her to you guys shortly. Let me just get her picked up here. She might appear to be real sweet, but I'll tell you what, in between the lines of that gym, she's not so sweet. She will push you to the outer limits for sure. Guys, look at the view of downtown. It's just beautiful. I'll go over some of the different high points of Travis Heights as we go along. Again, South Congress is a very famous street here in Austin. It's the south side of the lake. Um, a lot of music venues and restaurants, shops. Um, it makes it really popular when you have guests visiting uh, because everybody wants to kind of hang out here. The thing about Travis Heights, it's not a huge uh, community. It's a quadrant that's bordered by South Congress, Lady Bird Lake, I-35, which it makes it really, really convenient for people to be able to access it. I think there's our guest. Yes, the young lady's name is Kat, so she'll be joining us now.
Hello.
Hello there, Kat.
How's it
Welcome.
going?
You're good. I've already introduced you as Kat from New York.
How are you?
I didn't say a lot of really nice things in terms of your attitude in the gym, but I think you are nice outside of the gym. Right?
Good. Okay.
Okay.
As long as you can forgive me outside of the gym.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a whole different story and probably a whole different ride. Anyway, but
Most definitely.
yes. Anyway, guys, Kat moved here from New York, and it's been a pleasure for my wife and I to get to meet her. But I thought this would be a really interesting way to kind of do the tour together because, like you guys, she was looking for an area to live in
Yep.
when she moved to Austin, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I'd never been to Austin before, and just kind of looked in different areas and just found a good spot to kind of settle down in for now, and then explore different places.
So, Kat, we're turning right onto Riverside here, which is the north border of Travis Heights. One of the things that I think is really significant, particularly as it relates to what you do in working out, is that it really is across the street from the famous Lady Bird Lake, Town Lake. I mean, people have various names for it, but it really is across the street, guys. So, as we're going down Riverside here, to the right is going to be Travis Heights, and to the left is Lady Bird Lake. And isn't this one of the things, Kat, that you and your friends enjoy doing in terms of like running, jogging,
Yeah, just
walking the
everything.
dogs?
It's a great place to just kind of decompress, feel like a stress relief, be out in nature. people watch even, and just sit down and just relax. And then you can also kayak and go paddleboarding.
You grew up in New York, right?
Yeah,
And so, I mean, I know I've spent some time in New York, and it's just always like, I mean, there's a tons of people that are outside. There's a lot of walkability in New York.
most definitely. I
When,
mean, I didn't have a car until I moved out here.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. In fact, you didn't even know how to drive till you moved out there.
Basically.
Anyway, that's why I'm driving and you're the passenger.
Yep.
But you know what, Kat? I think I mean, the reason I brought that up is I think when you live in this particular area of Austin, it kind of has the New York feel in terms of the walkability. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes,
Because
most
you have
definitely.
the accessibility to the music, to the restaurants, to Town Lake. I mean, just all of those things kind of add up to like if you were, say, downtown New York by Central Park or all those restaurants, right?
Yeah, everything here is a little bit closer than like where I'm living right now, South Austin. But working in Travis Heights makes it so much easier to be able to go to the lake, be able to go to different restaurants and explore different places and meet so many people.
I know we talked earlier when we were working out actually about your, you know, all the clients that you have that do live in Travis Heights
Yep.
and how happy they are because you guys are there. I mean, they can just, a lot of them just walk to their workouts, right?
Yeah, a lot of people that's kind of like their warm up. So they
Right.
walk to the gym and they're able to kind of just feel already prepared for their workouts. Obviously, they do their movement preparation and everything inside the club, but it makes it easier for them to just kind of feel like a stress relief instead
I,
of driving.
I guess a testament to how good you really are is the fact that they'll walk to their workout, but then they Uber home.
Yeah.
And it's only like a 30
Yep.
second Uber. I mean,
Sometimes I'll have people complaining that I have them going up and down the stairs.
oh yeah, yeah, oh yeah, exactly. And when you have an elevator, I don't even quite understand that. When you tell us we need to go to the third level, why don't we take the elevator? But
It's only a
anyway,
flight of stairs,
oh
no
yeah,
worries.
oh yeah,
It's
yeah,
part of the workout.
oh yeah, yeah. You incorporate that, right?
Yep.
So
But
guys, we are now going down Travis Heights Boulevard, which is just the one of the oldest parts of Travis Heights, where it kind of all started here. I guess there's a lot of things that you can talk about Travis Heights. I guess really typically five things that people always kind of tend to look at when they talk about Travis Heights is obviously, and we've talked about the location, um, the shops, the music, and all that. Nature, you know, just the beauty, the trees, and we're going to show you a very iconic park in Travis Heights, uh, Stacy Park, and it has a couple of pools. It has tennis courts, and the elementary school is right there. And it looks very nature-like because it is, because there's trails around it. And the other thing is the people. I mean, it is a vast group of people. It's a mixture of doctors, lawyers, musicians, just a variety of people that come together in a community that just make this community what it is.
exactly. And not to mention how unique all the houses are.
Yeah, and that was going to be the fifth thing I said, the houses. So you can have mansions, and there are plenty of those here in Travis Heights, or you have these really sexy bungalows that are
Yeah.
really, really cute, kind of craftsman style. And then you have these made for magazine modern day homes, which I mean, it's crazy. You'll be just driving along and you'll see this floor to ceiling window homes, you know, that are just, you know, canopied by these amazing trees, which I love that about Austin. They are so particular about any tree that you cut down in this community.
Which is a great thing.
And it is a great thing. I think the fact that they protect that means everything for this community, and particularly this one, Travis Heights, because that makes this community. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree, definitely. Like the greenery and the nature just brings out a little bit more happiness. So people feel a lot better just walking around the neighborhood, just kind of where they live, just so that it's like it feels serene and you're not really hearing the cars outside while driving.
Now,
Whereas where I'm from, all you're hearing is beeping and honking.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Those mostly are the cabs, like kind of fighting with each other with the horns.
Yeah.
I get that whole New York thing. Well, the other thing too about Travis Heights, or in particular because my wife and I don't live in this area, is the streets aren't flat. So when you're looking at this area, take note of that. They are not flat. These streets are up and down. And if you're looking to get a day-to-day workout when you're mowing through here, this is your place.
It's your place to be.
This is your place to be because without question, this is hilly, right? Wouldn't
Very
you say?
hilly. Yep. And it'll make your legs look really nice.
Yeah. So guys, where we are now to the right here is Big Stacy Neighborhood Park. And they have two different pools. They have tennis courts. They have the elementary school. We'll kind of just cruise around there just so you got a little peek at the area.
so much nature too.
Oh yeah,
So
and
much.
yeah, and there's trails that you can jog and the kids can bike ride around. Again, guys, if you can see some of the different homes here, they all have their own little uniqueness to them, and it's just full of just different cultures and different personalities. I love it. I love this area.
I definitely fell in love with it, especially like the serenity that it brings. It was great.
And you were telling me a story about, I guess you were watching one of your clients. I guess their dogs were like,
Yeah, up the street coming
yeah.
up actually, like they had two dogs and we were just walking and I was so amazed by the scenery. I got distracted and ended up walking 5 miles. By the
Imagine,
third mile, the dogs were like, "Are we done yet? Can we go home?"
imagine that, a personal trainer having to walk 5 miles. Maybe that's a little bit of karma. Maybe you deserve that after what you do to your clients.
Oh, it was quite the experiment.
I wanted to bring Kat on, most importantly because I just adore her and her personality. But I think also, I had always heard of Equinox. Actually, I had heard of Equinox through my niece in New York. And so then when we met Kat, who moved here from New York, I thought, you know what? I think we should try this gym out. And everybody raves about it. I was a little offended that they put it in the Travis Heights neighborhood and not in mine.
Not
But,
yet.
or not yet, but hopefully that's coming. But you know what? It is here, and we celebrate that because we absolutely love the neighborhood, and more importantly for us, we love the gym. So for you guys that are looking, uh, to relocate to Austin, particularly if you would have an interest in Travis Heights, it is a great gym. It is one of the cleanest gyms that I've ever been a part of. The professionalism is unbelievable. The attention to detail. I know personally for me, I've made a life change in the last eight weeks
He's been killing it.
because of this young lady, and it's just, I mean, it just motivates you. It makes you feel better. You know, it's all part of it, and it's all part of the culture. And I love the fact that it's here. We enjoy coming to this area. We have some dear friends that live in this area, so we actually spend a lot of time here. And they have a newborn, so we throw the baby in the little stroller, and we go through Travis Heights and get quite a workout.
You guys
So,
do those 5 miles too?
oh yeah, well we didn't do that intentionally. I can assure you. But these are some of the trails that we're talking about, guys. It's very nature-like, and it is. It's just pretty amazing the whole look of this. But here comes one of those hilly streets we were talking about, guys.
Wow. This is one of the hills I did not go up.
Yeah, well that probably would have been about 6 miles, and you wouldn't have been happy.
I would have been like, Joe James, I need you to pick me up.
Oh yeah, you would have been upset.
Like, oh, I got a taste of my own medicine.
Oh yeah,
like you
exactly. But again, it's just, I love the way the trees canopy the street, and it's just a really cool neighborhood. Austin creates such an incredible opportunity for people to have various, you know, areas to live in, and they all have their own little unique culture, and this is definitely one of them, for sure.
A lot of the neighbors here are also super nice and spending out time outdoors, just kind of fixing up, like, or just even getting some sun.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Makes it feel more welcoming.
Trying to just drive around and give these potential clients an opportunity to see how beautiful this area is. I mean, just look at the different makeup of some of the homes.
Imagine sitting out there,
Yeah.
just hanging out. It'd be beautiful.
Oh, absolutely.
And they do a good job of keeping it very clean.
Yeah, I think people are really, yeah, they're really particular about their yards.
Yeah.
I don't know where you guys would be coming from, but wherever you choose to come from, we are welcoming you in Austin with open arms. It's an incredible community. As I started this video, I'm certain that some of you had to hear Austin's favorite son in the background. That was Willie Nelson. Definitely celebrated in this town for many reasons. Some of them we won't talk about, but you know what? Yes, they celebrate him for that too. But it's cool. I'd always heard of, we haven't always lived here, but we've always heard of Austin, and it was as great as everyone said it was, even better when we got here.
It is really great. It's been life changing for me as well. Like living in such a congested city to coming out here where everything's a little bit more spaced out and so much again filled with green and nature just feels so much more like at peace. And everyone
Absolutely.
is so welcoming. So it's like you never feel like you're not, meeting someone new that's gonna be there for you. Or meeting a new friend, essentially.
Yeah, I think people talk about Texas and its friendliness, and I think we're all
Hmm.
products of our environment. I think the openness of it is a huge state, and people do get outdoors and they do explore. And I think when you're when you have that like we do, I think it opens you up to being more free and
Yeah,
kind and willing to accept and
and way less stress.
yeah, way less
You know.
stress. I know that we haven't always lived here. We were like some of you guys that are trying to make a decision to move here. Um, what we're trying to do with this virtual tour is to just really create a more realistic view of potential neighborhoods that you could choose to maybe live in. I know that a lot of you guys are pressed for time, and so a lot of people are buying homes. Uh, I'm not going to say sight unseen. I mean, maybe buying the homes with just really off the internet, looking at the actual pictures, but not really getting a feel or a vibe what the community, looks like. But I can assure you, this community is beautiful, and what we're trying to do and attempting to do is to bring it to you in a more virtual way and realistic way, so you can kind of really see what this is all about.
Yeah, and it's great. Travis Heights is great because it's so central. So you're literally like 2 minutes away from downtown.
Yeah,
So if you want to go to the bars and you want to go to anything else, or the highway even to go up or north or south,
yeah,
you're so close.
right. And this is 35. I just wanted to kind of drive by this a little this way so they could kind of get a view of this cat.
Mm-hmm.
So I-35 borders Travis Heights. I won't go that far up. I'll turn over here just because that gets crazy there. But the reason I wanted to show you guys I-35 being so accessible to Travis Heights is because you get on that and you can get anywhere.
Yep.
I mean, it is just accessibility and it's really quick and you're not waiting forever. It's bordered by the Lady Bird Lake, I-35, Old Torf on the back, and then you have South Congress, the iconic, famous South Congress on the west side. And I'm telling you guys, and we're on the back end right here at Travis Heights. This might be at the very most a 15-minute walk to South Congress, at the very most.
At
And
the
it's a
most.
beautiful walk, right,
Yeah.
Kat?
It's like it doesn't even feel like you're walking 15 minutes.
No, not at
You're
all.
just enjoying yourself.
You're just enjoying yourself. And if at this point right now, as I'm driving, it looks like I'm lost, I might be. But
Uh oh.
anyway, it's kind of a cool little drive, right?
It's a nice little detour.
Yeah. But
You never go
anyway,
wrong.
so Kat, this is probably more time you've ever spent in a car your whole life, right? Because I know in New York, unless you were in a cab, you weren't in a vehicle, right?
I was. When I was working for Great Equinox in Great Neck in Long Island,
Yeah.
I was driving because I lived in Queens. So
Okay.
I was always commuting back and forth with my parents' car. It was my own
Okay.
car. But moving out here, I was like, okay, I need a car. But the whole duration I was in college, I was just taking the subways, you know?
Okay.
It would always be a lot of commuting, and what could be a 15, 20-minute drive with no traffic, which does not exist in New York,
Oh yeah.
was like an hour and a half on the train or 2 hours in traffic. So just depending. So it's been nice being like just driving around and having that comfortability of having your own space.
Yeah. The other thing, and I think that's just because you brought that up, like commuting to work. One of the things that has made Travis Heights so popular, Kat, and I think it will get back to that. Obviously, COVID has changed everything for everyone. But prior to COVID, Travis Heights was extremely popular as it related to people's jobs because it is literally a 5 to 10 minute walk to downtown.
Yeah.
And in proximity, people absolutely loved living here, having all the amenities that go with it, and being able to be able to, be so accessible to their jobs without even having to get in a car and have to drive there, right?
Exactly. It makes it so much easier because then you're not stressed about how early you have to leave. You're literally like 5 minutes away.
Right.
It's so easy. Like when I was dog sitting for my clients, um, I would stay at their place and drive over to Equinox, and it was a 5 minute drive, not even 2 minutes, 2 minute drive. And I was like, oh, I didn't have to leave a half hour early. That's great.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's a
I got to sleep in a little extra. Sure.
yeah. That's a difference maker, right?
Yep. It's a game changer.
Oh, absolutely. But I hope that this tour has helped you guys a little bit, maybe kind of giving you a little bit more perspective on this community. You guys, please go on, get on our site, We're doing a lot of virtual tours of different communities. Hopefully, we're going to hit that one that you're thinking of maybe looking at or considering maybe even buying a home, or maybe you've already put a contract on a home in that area, but would love to see what it looks like around the particular area that you bought a home in. The other thing too, our founder of this particular company um, is an amazing young man that has created this to create more opportunity for you guys to be able to reach out to agents that will handle any questions and more importantly, be able to put you and place you in homes that will make your life easier, more comfortable. And I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what this is all about. Bringing it more virtual like this, maybe making it a little bit more personable is our goal. I brought Kat into this deal because I knew that if I took her out of the gym, she would be nicer to y'all than she is to me in the gym.
Yep. But
Yeah.
very, very true.
Yeah, I can assure you guys, this smile does not exist in that gym. You
Oh,
know.
I try to be nice,
Oh
you
my
know.
goodness.
It's out of love. It's a
Yeah,
love-hate
yeah,
relationship. That's what happens.
absolutely.
It's all for your own good.
Well, we are now back on South Congress, you know, famously known as SoCo. To the left here is the South Congress Hotel. And I mean, there are just so many really cool hotels down here, little boutique hotels. The Saint Cecilia is an amazing historical hotel here in Austin. There's just, you know, the restaurants, you know, the honky tonks for some of you people that don't two step. Maybe y'all should take some lessons. Maybe that should be your new deal. Come to
New
Texas and
hobby.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know y'all don't do that in New York.
No, definitely do not.
But
It's
anyway,
been nice
guys, I'm
though.
gonna
Getting
give
to
you
know
I'm gonna give
different
y'all one
people.
more view of South Congress and the beautiful, beautiful view of downtown and the busyness. And this is yet our time right now in Austin is 4 o'clock
On a
and
Friday.
on a Friday, and this is what you see right here, and it will get busier. And the energy is so good, and it's just happy people, happy food, and it all adds up to a happy life. And I hope that somehow, some way, in making your decision to move to Austin, this has maybe helped you a little bit, in particular as it relates to the Travis Heights community. But stay tuned, guys. We're going to have a lot more of these coming your way. I'm Joe James.
I'm Kat.
This is Kat. Thank you for tuning in. And if there's any questions, if you need anything, just please reach out to us. We're here for you. You guys have a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in Austin
And in
one day.
Equinox.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much.